So his mom was keeping the baby?
Yes.
Babysitting.
She was babysitting, yes. I know the altercation started over the baby. It's probably you're not taking the baby, and I know it went left. She's seen everything. She was in the car, and she says her mommy is dead. And she says Sade is dead and Vic is dead. She said all the time. She told me yesterday we're gonna go get him. I wish it was that easy. The officer did tell me that whoever was in the back shielded her under the seat. I went into the nursing program in February. Victoria was getting her life together. They were all good girls. In her heart, she just wanted Nalia to still know the other side of her family as well. And sometimes things just don't go well when you have a good heart and you try it. Make a meeting place at the police department, through a third party. Just be a little bit more careful. Don't argue with them. You don't know what people is capable of.
Just want him to, he needs to be brought to justice one way or another. My sister treated him as her son. Even Gary, the victim, the person that he murdered in cold blood, brought him into his home. From what we can gather is that she was trying to separate from him, and he was having a hard time coping with the separation. My nephew was home sleeping in the back bedroom when everything occurred. You hear your loved ones being murdered around you. You know, you clearly know what's going on. You can hear it. Yeah, I'm just happy that it wasn't any more fatality. Maybe he can bring his own family some justice as he has done for the community several times. Jalen, turn yourself in, son. It's not good. It's not looking good for you. Do the right thing, Jalen. You have a chance to make this right. Make it right, son.
This happened while we were on vacation. And 4 hours before we came back, Anitra couldn't come because she was working. It was hard. We were struck, we were surprised, we were hurt, but immediately, her and I, we prayed immediately that God give us strength.
When you're a mother and you raise children and they have children which are your grandchildren, you always look that it would be you that would go before them and not them before you. But for her to be taken away like that is just heart-wrenching.
She said, I told you they were gonna get her. I said, I knew they was gonna get her. It was just, she was too famous. You know, there's nowhere to hide when you're that famous. And nobody's, yeah. Purple hair, and I mean, nobody's gonna hide you, you know, when everybody's looking for you.
We believe that you can't do the crime and not pay the time. She's consequences for the things that we do. That's the society that we live in.
I am so grateful. It brings some relief knowing that this person will no longer be able to do things like that to someone else.
But we pray for her and her family, because her family has been affected just as much as we have. It's relief that she's not on the street.
I'm a firm believer that some people do deserve a second chance, don't get me wrong. But there's a degree of the morality and the moral stipulations of killing people, hurting people, doing harm to people. That should be a priority of saying, okay, this person may do this again. And until you're certain that they won't do it again, they need to do the time that they have done in order to be put there in the first place.
Leaders, these young people are out here committing horrific crimes. To take lives and then you let them off with a slap on the hand, what justice is that for families? To meet him was to love him. He never knew a bad day. I always wanted to bring life. Excuse me. What justice was served for my father? It seems like my daddy wasn't the victim. They act like he was the one that committed the crime. He was somebody, he was a real individual but nobody treated him like he was a real individual. So I'm asking leaders, don't slap these young people on the wrist. Let them know the severity of their crimes.
It was absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's how you going to have somebody that actually confessed to a murder out on bond? I mean, why would you show up? You know you're going to jail, or you know something bad's going to happen to you. Yeah. How do you expect a 16-year-old kid that's running around doing what he does follow by those rules? His mama can't control him, that's for dang sure.
I wish they would just think like this was their family. What would they want to happen, honestly? Would they want someone out of jail for 100 days straight, walking the streets like Tackett was? Or would they actually want to behind bars?